Bulls Count Anywhere Friday on Busted Open. Obviously, Tommy, thank you for filling in for Thunder. But you know what? Right now, live on the line, let's go out to our very own Thunder Rosa. Thunder, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
How are you?
Well, I ordered what Tommy sent me to order from Amazon, so I can start working on my back. But I'm not the best physically right now. I'm not gonna lie. I was in a lot of pain yesterday, and one of the reasons why I called. Thank you for having me. I was gonna take the day off because it's a lot has been happening the last couple of weeks, and unfortunately, I'm gonna be out of commission. I don't know for how long yet. For a couple months probably. I have a problem with my back. And yesterday I was trying to be strong, but honestly, I mean, and Tommy, you can say like back problems are not easy. Some days they're good, some days are not. And yesterday was not a good day. It was not a good day, and I was in a lot of pain. So right now I'm laying in my bed. I can even be on my computer, doing the show, and I'm in a lot of pain. So I can't feel my leg.
Listen, that's why when I text you when I heard about it, because and anyone who's dealt with back pains, like there's times like you cannot get out of bed. Normally for myself, every 2 years, I have a 2-day thing where I cannot move. And when I also tell you, Dave, you can't get up to use the restroom, you can't, like your body almost shuts down. And it hurts to cough. It hurts to turn. I mean, we've all had back issues, but then you have to talk about someone who's trained in real fighting, as well as, professional wrestling and taking bumps and makes their money with their body. And when like, she just said, hey, I can't feel my legs. Hornswoggle just had another surgery on his back the other day because he had pins and needles and he could no longer feel his feet. Ugh. But yet you're still trying to walk. So This is something that all wrestlers go through. This is something that all people go through. But when there's times where, your body it can't take it anymore because of the wear and tear. We call it our bump card. I feel that Thunder Rosa has a lot more bumps in her bump card. But, and also what I told her, hey, because I see how she works out. You got to stop deadlifting. You got to stop doing squats. These are all things that put pressure on your spine as you get older. And she's in an amazing shape. She's an amazing competitor, but this is the shitty part of our industry. And then it's also when I talk about quality of life.
Yes. And that's one of the reasons why, I am taking time off. And I want to clear the air. This is not fake. This is not a work. I am not comparing injuries with injuries. If I can fucking walk, I can fucking walk. I'm sorry, And like my doctor, Dr. Sampson, he didn't clear me to wrestle. And I'm not cleared to wrestle. It's not that I don't want to do a match on Sunday. I can't walk. And it's a shame that we were talking last week about how everybody wants to hear the dirt and everything. It's a shame that this is being put on social media, not only because it discredits me as an athlete, but it also discredits me as a wrestler. Because I'm sorry, guys, I want to walk when I'm 40. I want to have kids at one point in my life, and I have the right to say no. I can't walk. I can't do it. I'm in my whole right because I don't want to have surgery. I don't want to have surgery. And if we keep doing this, and you know this, Tommy, if we keep going through the pain and everything, then I'm gonna be out for longer. So I don't want to do that. And another thing, stop reading the dirt sheets, guys. Not everything that is being said is true. Like, seriously. And that's why I'm here, and I'm going to clear the air. If anybody has a problem with me, anyone, you can call Busted Open. You can call my number. You can tell me in my face. I don't hide from my problems. I don't run from my problems. You can talk to me. My door is open. And that goes for anybody. And I have taken accountability with things that happen. And we have talked to it and busted open. I've talked to it with people, and that's the type of person that I am. I'm a straightforward person. Some people don't like that, and some people are scared of that. But I'm not. I'm a trained fighter. I don't run away from shit. So stop reading stupid shit online. That's all I have to say about that. But
I'm glad you're addressing it, Thunder, because I feel terrible because I know how much you love what you do, and I know how much you love being on this show, and social media and like you were saying, the dirt sheets, a lot of that's out there. How do you know this? How do people know this? They're not there. They're hearing stories from one person being passed on to another, being passed on to another. And just one tweet or one article on social media is going to make people view somebody in a completely different light. So I'm glad that you're coming on the air today to kind of clear the air, so to speak.
I'm gonna clear it, and then it's just like I said. My conscience is clear. I know what I'm all about. I'm a straightforward person, and I'm going to say it again. If there's any problems of any kind with people, with whatever these people are saying or whatever, they can contact me. They can contact, AEW, and they can clear the air with them. There's a protocol that needs to be followed. People need to respect the company in general. I respect AEW. I represent, and by the way, another thing, I'm still the champion. I am still the AEW Women's World Champion. And when I come back, and whoever is going to be the champion, if you thought you're going to get rid of me, you're not. I'm going to get better, and I'm going to get stronger, because this is the time that I'm going to focus, and I'm telling you, David, I'm telling you. And I'm not going to talk about it when I return to Busted Open next week. You guys are going to see a transformation, physically, spiritual, and mental, and everything. The Thunder Rosa you guys saw last week, there's not going to be a Thunder Rosa you're going to see when I come back on the ring. It's going to be a full 360 transformation. And again, my door is open. And it's not as open for people that want to get the dirt, because I am not going to put that on the dirt sheet. That's not how you do things.
Thunder, listen, I had posted something on my Instagram of me taking a over-the-top belly-to-belly suplex from Taz, and I noticed I was wearing a walking boot because I had broken my heel. And somebody, and again, I used to pride myself on, I'm tough. I didn't miss shows. I was stupid. And also back then in ECW, we didn't have a doctor to tell us we are not medically cleared to wrestle. Yeah. And this is also before the time of concussions, all that stuff. But there was, if you you go back and you watch that stuff in ECW, I should never have been medically cleared to go out there and do it. But I did it because there was nobody telling me not to. And
but you know what, Tommy? I was going to do the same thing. I remember I was feeling a certain way. This is recent. This is recently because in the months prior, I was wrestle injured. I couldn't feel my leg, that was the right one. And I went out there for 5 months and taped up and everything. And there's pictures with I'm completely taped up. But this one, I told my trainer, my physical trainer, I was like, I've been working with him for a whole year. I was like, dude, I can't feel my leg. What's going on? And he's like, Melissa, that's not normal. And if that would have been me probably 2-3 years ago, I wouldn't have said anything, and I would have kept going. But then it started getting worse and worse and worse. So I was just like, well, if I don't do this, I don't know what's gonna happen. And I'm telling you, I just found out what it was on Monday. So it was super sudden. So it's an injury that I already sustained. And in my last match, because I usually never do cold ice baths after matches. I couldn't walk after my match, right? And they sent me to get it was painful. It was very painful. My back was bruised afterwards, and I walked it off. It was like, oh, I'm gonna be fine. But it got worse. It's just it is really terrible. Again, the fact that I'm being scrutinized for an injury, and I'm trying to wrap my mind and ask myself, am I the only one who's being scrutinized for an injury? Because I haven't heard anybody else. None of my peers got scrutinized when they announced that they were injured, but they did it to me, and I was just like, wow, you know, this kind of funny, you know, and whoever's doing that, like, that's not cool. That's not cool.
And
it's attacking a person when they are down.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
whatever haters you're going to have, it gives the people the opportunity. My whole thing too is, like, when I'm talking about the past and when I'm talking about the current, we know how AEW changed your life. We know you becoming the champion changed your life. I know the pride that you have for the company. And it's like, what I'm saying is, I've also seen the result. I'm a 50-year-old wrestler that's still wrestling. I never took drugs. I never drank. And I see people that are younger than me. I don't want to see wrestlers get involved because they were working hurt with pain addiction and self-medicating. There's all these other spiraling things because, hey, they had to go out there and perform under these circumstances. And what to do? Well, if you take pain pills, guess what? You're not going to feel the pain, but it's not helping the pain.
No, it's not. And believe me, yesterday I was like going nuts. I'm like, what should I take? I literally I had so much pain. I just went to sleep. Because I'm not going to use painkillers. I refuse to use painkillers. I want to be present, you know?
Yep.
I want to celebrate my kid's birthday this weekend. Because I haven't celebrated my kid's birthday in 3 years. And I don't want to be drugged up to function. If I'm in pain, I'm in pain, you know? There's a lot of things. Like, again, the perception can be like, yeah, let's attack whatever. But they don't know what's behind the curtain. You know, they don't know.
I remember getting cortisone shots and then going to another doctor, and he's like, well, how many cortisone shots have you had? I was like, I don't know, 40. And this guy looked at me like, what? And I was like, yeah, I probably have about 40. I've had an epidural. I've had cushions put in my spine. And he was just like, you know, you're probably supposed to have like 5 cortisone shots in your body for your entire life.
Wow.
And I was maybe 35 when this was happening.
No,
and he
was
like, lot. That's not good for your bones. And I was like, well.
No, it's not. I mean, it's, you know, it's rough because I'm just like you. I don't want to be drunk. I don't want to use, you know, drugs. I don't want to be high.
Yep.
I want to have a good quality of life. And this is the thing that we like have to like re-educate people. It is okay to take some time off when you are, like I said, I'm very thankful. And I continue to say, and that's why I defend the company so much, because they've taken care of me. And is this what's happening? You know, I'm injured. I don't know for how long. And if you guys have any questions, call Dr. Sampson. He can tell you within protocol. You know, those are the people that will be able to tell you. But to speculate things like that, it's completely uncalled for and unfair and absolutely disgusting.
It is disgusting, and I feel terrible because when it comes to an injury or it comes to somebody's health, you should never question anything. And half the people who are questioning have no idea what they're talking about, have never been, you know, an athlete to be able to speak on that either, which is, you know, another point to make. But Thunder, you know, and obviously you and I are friends. I've known you for a long time. Tommy as well. Tommy and you are friends, has known you for a long time. You know, we've known how much you've given to this business. We know how much that you have been able to capture a dream that you never thought you'd be able to. And we also know about what you've done for this business, like with Mission Pro Wrestling, what you've done for women's wrestling, how many people from Mission Pro Wrestling has gotten an opportunity on AEW TV because of you. Like, you have done a lot for pro wrestling over these last few years, especially what you've been able to do since being signed with AEW and then becoming champion. Like, I really feel bad that you've had to like get all this criticism over the last few days and that you've had to deal with this at a time when you should be focused and concentrating on your health. So as a fan of yours and as a friend, I'm sorry that you've had to deal with this.
But then that's why I wanted to clear the air, you know. And again, I have said my sorries with people. I have said my sorries and you know, apologized and made amends because that's what you do. And I've taken accountability of the things that I've done wrong. But this is beyond me doing something, you know. It's like I got injured and I did not blame anybody because it's wrestling and it happens. Accidents happen. I don't have to blame anybody. It might have happened, you know, way before, and I just noticed now that I'm hurt, you know. And again, I want to thank, you know, AEW family and like and the medicals, because they're the ones who who, you know, I text them at 3 a.m. with questions, and they have been able to answer, and now I got an answer, and I know what's wrong with me, you know. But for people to continue to do that, it's again, and to discredit my abilities, my career, and my persona, my person, I'm not cool with that, and I'm just gonna be completely honest, right? Because again, I've taken accountability of what I've taken accountability. I've done what I need to do, and again, I'm taking time off because I need to take time off. If I didn't know what was wrong, I probably would have had the match. But I, you know, like I said, there's some physical things that I have to take care of, and again, respect AEW. Respect AEW. Whoever is doing this, you have to respect AEW. I'm gonna say it again because it's giving us as performers a great platform to continue to do what we love, and people like me who had never thought I was gonna be doing this on top at this level. And it also has given fans another platform for them to, you know, watch wrestling and see this. And stop reading that stuff, guys. It's just honestly, some of the stuff is like unnecessary. And thank you for everyone who has sent me a positive message. They have had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, you know, text me, call me, messages on Twitter, messages on Instagram. It means a lot. Again, I haven't responded to everyone because there's been so many, but I just want to say thank you to that. And I want to say thank you to the Uvalde families. We had one coming. One of the victims his family came to celebrate the kid's birthday, and I got to meet them. I got to get a little closer to them. So I'm gonna be having time to be doing some of that stuff that I again, like raising money and stuff like that for people in my community that have some real problems, and they're going through some very, very hard times. So again, thank you everyone for that. It's like some of those messages have been so heartfelt, and I'm feeling your love. And again, it's like when you feel like, and this is the message I'm just gonna leave with that. When you feel that people are bringing you down and like the world's like on your shoulders, just remember it's temporary. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and no matter how difficult things can be, sometimes you just gotta fight harder. Some of us, that's how it is, you know. People, when you're at your lowest and you're at your weakest, they're gonna pray and they're gonna try to go after you. But you know, when God is on your side, just keep working on it and have faith. Things are gonna get better.
And if I can talk about from one of your peers, and for the fans to understand this, like ECW's first ever pay-per-view, Barely Legal, all I did for that company, I didn't wrestle on that show, and I did it for a storyline, and I was gutted that in the history books I wasn't going to wrestle on that show. I'm looking and talking to a woman who a company changed her life. She's going into their biggest pay-per-view. And due to an injury, she can't be there. And we didn't really discuss about this. That guts a person. That kills a person. I also know how much she wants, and she's had a match of the year already.
I mean, tell me, when I got there on Wednesday, because the news got to me on Tuesday by another doctor. When I got there on Wednesday to the medical, I told Josh, my PT, I was like, it just hit me that as a champion, I am not going to be able to be in one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. As a champion, that I can defend my championship, that I can physically have a match that I want to have, that I've been working all my life to have moments like this.
Listen,
it hurts.
I get it.
It hurts.
Yep. We had
really
Serena
hurts.
Deeb on
It
here,
really
and
hurts.
Serena says, my first ever pay-per-view in my career. Like, think of that, what these things mean to us as performers. And to attack a person, man, like, and another thing that I talk about with health, it's also your mental health. And there's again, I'm friggin' crying because I'm hearing my friend be upset, because I would kill to be in her spot. I would kill to be on any pay-per-view, because that's the competitor that I still am, and I know what she's going through. So just please think about that, and think about when you see stuff online, because they're very, very real human beings, that they're also in physical pain. And then the mental pain, because it's a whole lot. I remember literally crying in my bed because I didn't want to tell Beulah I have to use the bathroom and I can't get out of bed. And how is this woman who's not even my wife going to like help me? And I was 28 years old with a broken neck and a broken back and thinking my career in life was over. So these are very, very real things. And I'm sorry you're going through this, but I know the setback is that's what it is, a setback. But I also know you're going to have a comeback, and you have to do what's right for you mentally and physically. And then we'll see you stronger and better. And you're still the champ. So you got at least one more match, brother.
Yeah, brother. But again, it's like, I'm telling you, it's like, I am blessed that I work in a place where they understand that you cannot do things that way. And it's better. Like I said, I talked to a couple people that had been seriously injured, and they were like, I'm glad that you're taking time off, because if you don't, like, look what happened to me. I took 5-6 years because I was completely broken.
Yeah, I still wish you would have cut your promo in the middle of the ring instead of backstage on Wednesday, but I digress.
You're such an idiot.
But thank you.
I still got to deal with this idiot, Thunder.
No, but because the fans, hearing that crowd reaction first when you said that you were going to be out from injury and then that you were going to be back, that crowd showed their appreciation for you on Wednesday, Thunder.
Of course.
They really did, because they do love you. And, like, I know there's negativity, and there's always going to be negativity. Believe me, every performer feels it, and you've been feeling it at a very, very tough time for you.
No, it's every week, man. Every week. That's what I'm saying. There's somebody talking on dirt sheets, and I'm like, wow, like, am I that important in people's lives? Like, Jesus.
To these people, yeah. And listen, Tommy and I were talking before you came on. Listen, like in any locker room, even on this show, not everyone's going to get along. And then the pressure from the outside of people talking about it in these dirt sheets, it just makes a hard situation tougher. And it doesn't need to be that way.
No. And again, like I said, and you guys heard me talk about the locker room. I have respect for all the ladies that are out in AEW. Never, ever, ever disrespect any of them. And like I said, I'm very proud of everything that everyone is doing, and how everybody's managing themselves in there. But again, that's why I came and talk about it. I said what I said, and if anybody had a problem, you'll probably have my number. You can talk to me. I'm there every Wednesday, or I was. And I'm a rational person. People have given me feedback, and I've taken that feedback. And I'm working on myself, too. I'm not a perfect person, and I never will. But I can tell you something. I'm a good person. I have great feelings, and I'm always there to help others if they want me to help them. If they don't, they don't. It's fine, But I'm always there for that. And like one of my veterans told me, like, you just have to take accountability of certain of your actions as a champion. You're a leader, and that's what I keep doing. And I'm trying to lead by example, right? But again, some people, they just in this situation, this is what happened. And again, I just want to clear the air, and I want to thank everybody. I want to thank the nation for being supportive, everybody in AEW and the fans and the friends that have called me. It meant a lot. It really did mean a lot. And I'm gonna work my hardest to be better than where I was when I left.
Well, Thunder, we love you here. You have an amazing platform for fans to call in each and every Friday, and I'm looking forward to having you back on next Friday. We miss you. I appreciate you calling in. I know it's a tough time for you, and I know that you're going through a lot, but we're family here. We love you very much, and we want nothing but the best for you. And I feel good things are going to start happening, because good things happen to good people, and you're definitely a good person.
No,
so thank
and
you.
You know what? People. I mean, good things are happening for me, even in the circumstances, and that's what I focus on, because there's so much good happening. And like I said, if people are gonna keep scrutinizing me, pointing the finger at me, and everything, people are people. Like the song says, "What can you do?" Right? It's just how it is what it is. But again, I'm not gonna allow them to disrespect me anymore. And like I said, the people from Dirt Sheets have come and asked me direct questions. I don't go and respond to Dirt Sheet people. I respond to my people at AEW. If you have any questions, ask a representative at AEW. Stop playing games.
There you go. Thunder, thank you. We love you. Be well. And we look forward to having you back on Friday.
Thank you. I love you guys. Have a nice weekend.
And happy birthday to Anakin.